Myanmar upset, India requested to restore cops who crossed line. Myanmar has requested that adjoining India return a few cops who crossed the boundary looking for shelter subsequent to declining to complete requests. Indian authorities said the officials and their families had crossed the line as of late. In a letter, Myanmar specialists requested their return to maintain well-disposed relations. Myanmar has been grasped by mass fights and strikes following a military upset a month ago. Security powers have refused to compromise against the shows, and at any rate 55 passings have been accounted for. Myanmar upset, what is going on and why? Police completed attacks for the time being on Saturday in the biggest city, Yangon, in front of additional fights in rebellion of the military. Video film showed security powers consistently terminating at structures as they moved into one road to make captures. Hours after the fact, a large number of demonstrators had assembled again in Yangon and the city of Mandalay. Picture copyright APA. Picture caption: a service was held late on Saturday to pay tribute to the lives lost during the counter-upset fights. It followed exhibits the nation over on Saturday, with police in Yangon utilizing poisonous gas, elastic slugs and shock explosives to scatter swarms, reports said. There were no reports of new setbacks. Shouldn't something be said about the cops looking for asylum? Agent Commissioner Maria C.T. Zuali, a senior authority in Champhai locale in the Indian territory of Mizoram, revealed to Reuters news organization that she had gotten a letter from her partner in Myanmar's Philam region mentioning the arrival of the cops. The letter said that Myanmar had data around 8 cops who had crossed into India. To maintain cordial relations between the two neighbor nations, you are compassionately mentioned to keep 8 Myanmar police staff who had shown up to Indian regions and hand over to Myanmar, the letter read. Picture copyright APA. Picture caption: protesters are requesting the arrival of justly chose pioneer Aung San Suu Kyi. Ms. Zuali said she was anticipating guidelines from India's Home Issues Service in Delhi. As per Reuters, around 30 individuals including the officials and their relatives have crossed the line into India looking for asylum as of late. On Saturday, scores of other Myanmar nationals were holding up at the line wanting to escape the strife, AFP news office announced, referring to Indian authorities. Media caption: hundreds go to memorial service for teens slaughtered in Myanmar fights. How did the turmoil start? Myanmar's military held on to power toward the start of February subsequent to confining the equitably chose pioneer, Aung San Suu Kyi. Days after the fact, a common rebellion development started, with numerous individuals declining to get back to work and some participating in gigantic road fights. Myanmar's security powers reacted with a rough crackdown, terminating live adjusts at unarmed dissidents. The military has not remarked on the passings. In excess of 1,700 individuals have been confined since the overthrow, as per UN Common Freedoms boss Michelle Bachelet, including individuals from parliament, dissidents, and at any rate 29 writers. Ms. Bachelet said the figures could be a lot higher because of the huge size of the fights and trouble in observing turns of events. Myanmar in profile. Myanmar, otherwise called Burma, got autonomous from Britain in 1948. For a lot of its cutting-edge history it has been under military standard. Restrictions started releasing from 2010 onwards, prompting free decisions in 2015 and the establishment of an administration drove by veteran resistance pioneer Aung San Suu Kyi the next year. In 2017, Myanmar's military reacted to assaults on police by Rohingya aggressors with a lethal crackdown, driving the greater part 1 million Rohingya Muslims across the line into Bangladesh in what the UN later called a typical case of ethnic purifying.